Yo, what's up guys? It's Rob from RobMMA, and today I'm going to give you my picks and predictions for UFC 280 Charles Oliveira vs Islam Makhachev. The most anticipated fight card of the year is taking place this Saturday, and this picks and prediction video is going to be special because for the first time I'm going to give you my picks for every fight on this card. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Put your predictions down in the comment section below. And now let's get started. The first fight of the card is at bantamweight between Carol Rosa and Lina Landsberg. Both women haven't been really the most active fighters during COVID, but now they are back fighting each other. My pick is Carol Rosa. I think she can take it because of a slightly longer reach. But she has to be careful on the feet because although Lina's MMA record isn't that great at 10-6, she has a pretty good kickboxing record at 37-11. So if Carol can take this fight to the ground, she's probably going to win by decision. Next up we have Islam Makhachev vs Malcolm Gordon. Muhammad is the biggest favorite on the card at like plus 60-45 because Makhachev is kind of cracked. But I don't think Malcolm is a bad fighter. I mean, he's on Typology ranked number 20 worldwide, and Makhachev is at 19. So it might be competitive, but I still think Makhachev is going to make it look easy. I see him fighting for the title at 125 pounds in early 2024, so I take Makhachev by TKO in the first round. Armen Petrosian vs AJ Dobson is next. And Armen is making not only his UFC, but also his MMA debut. He's the younger brother of Georgia Petrosian, who many see as one of the best kickboxers ever. So Armen has some weight on his shoulders. AJ Dobson, on the other hand, has some height and reach on Armen, but I still think Armen takes it by a third round TKO, as long he doesn't get taken down by AJ. The next fight is between Abubakar Nurmagomedov and Gazi Omar Gatsayev. I'm sorry if I spell some of these names wrong, but I'm not Russian. So I only know Abu Bakr, and I personally think he's a bit ass, that he isn't that good. So I take Gazi. He also has a better record and is younger. So I honestly just think that he's going to take it by decision. Then we have the first fight on the card that interests me a bit more, which is Volkan Oezdemir against Nikita Krylov. Both are ranked in the top 10, but it's light heavyweight, so it doesn't mean that much, to be honest. I take Nikita Krylov for this fight because he has the reach and height advantage, plus he's younger, plus he isn't as boring as Volkan. I think he gets it done via decision. Mahmoud Muradov vs Chayo Borralho is the next fight, and I don't know why they are higher on the card than Volkan and Nikita, because they aren't ranked, and to be honest, I don't really know these two guys, and I'm just going to take Mahmoud by submission just because he has more experience. Then we have the last fight on the prelims where Belal Muhammad fights against Sean Brady. Even though Belal is higher ranked, he's still a very slight underdog, which is probably because Sean is undefeated at 15-0. Both of them aren't the most exciting fighters, and this fight is definitely going to decision, which I see Belal winning, which means that I think that Sean is going to experience his first loss in MMA. Now we are at the main card, and the first fight takes place between Caitlin Chookagian and Manon Fiorot. Manon is less experienced, but she's actually the favorite, which is probably the same reason like with Belal and the Sean fight, because she's undefeated. I see this fight going to a decision, which isn't like a crazy pick, but it's for Manon, because I'm not a fan of Caitlin, to be honest, as well as the fact that I think Manon is more hungry than Caitlin. Next up we have Beneil Dariush with Mateusz Gamrot, and I almost forgot that this fight takes place at UFC 280, but this fight is actually super high level. I'm a bit mad that Armen isn't fighting Beneil, because like Mateusz Gamrot is fighting Beneil right now on this card, and like Armen won 48-47 with Mateusz Gamrot, and the fight is possibly a number 1 contender fight. But nonetheless, I think Beneil takes it to the ground and finishes him by submission in the round 2. Then we get to Piotr Nomesyan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. It's a super weird matchup because Piotr just came off a controversial decision loss against Aljamain Sterling, also 48-47 by the way, and is ranked number 1, whereas Sean O'Malley had a no contest versus Pedro Munoz in his last fight and is ranked number 13. I mean, Sean is good, but Piotr is just insane. Also one of my favorite fighters right now. But the issue is here that Piotr is a slow starter and Sean is a fast starter. Plus it's only 3 rounds. So there's actually a good chance that Sean wins by decision because he can easily win the first round, strike Jan from a distance in the second and lose the third and gets the dub. But this ain't gonna happen, right? So I take Piotr by split decision. Now we get to the co-main event between Aljamain Sterling and TJ Dillashaw for the 135-pound belt. This fight is a bit overlooked because of the fight before and after this, but the fight is going to be exciting nonetheless. I think the fight goes all 5 rounds. Many people are going to say that TJ has the definitive striking advantage, but in my opinion, people sleep a little bit on Alja's striking. I mean, he was keeping up with Piotr for most of the time in the last fight, and Alja can also threaten the takedown and submit TJ there on the ground, but I think TJ survives the ground, but ultimately loses to Alja via decision. And now we are at the main event between Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. This is probably the most anticipated fight of the year for most fans, and it's mine too. 2 of the best fighters right now and the best fighters at lightweight as well. Charles is on a 11 and Islam on a 10 fight winning streak, which is insane considering they're both in the same weight class, which is one of the most competitive weight classes out there. Even though Islam lost only once in his career and is the slight favorite, Charles has a lot more going for him. He has more wins over more quality opponents as well as the better striking. Islam, on the other hand, has only beat like 2 guys that are ranked right now at 155, Dan Hooker, who is number 14, and Arman, who is like number 11. And to be fair, it was Arman's first fight in the UFC. I mean, give this man a break. If this fight goes past the 3rd round, it's going to be really hard for Charles to win because Islam has the better cardio. But honestly, I don't see that fight going past the 2nd round. I will take Charles Oliveira by 2nd round submission because the champion has a name and its name is Charles "The Bronx." And with that being said, thanks for watching.